Here's the one thing, and there is absolutely nothing funny about it. We talked about it a little bit last night. The wonderkin in charge of saving our auto industry is a 31-year-old with about as much experience as a summer intern. Despite having no formal business education, no business experience, and no auto industry experience, the 31-year-old Brian Deese is now in charge of dismantling General Motors and changing American capitalism. So what does this guy's resume look like? I mean, it should be impressive considering he is managing America's $450,000 per day in voluntary investment. Well, Dees grew up in a Boston suburb, son of a political science professor at Boston College. He then moved to Vermont and attended Middlebury College, where he studied political science. He also took time there to host a campus radio show called Bedknobs and Beatniks, described in one write-up as a format of music, news, and discussion, and banter. He graduated college in 2000, and then it was on to a pair of non-profit think tanks, the Center for Global Development, and then he went right to the Center for American Progress, which is run by the former Clinton Chief of Staff, John Podesta, and financed by, guess who? We see him again, George Soros. Eventually, Dees went on to Yale for a law degree, but with a few credits short of graduating, he went on leave to work on Senator Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign, quickly becoming her top economic policy staffer, which, really? Last summer, Dees moved to the Obama campaign as Deputy Economic Policy Director. And just before his current gig, he served on Obama's transition team as an economic advisor. He was apparently the only full-time member of the auto task force from election night until about Valentine's Day, which Dees says was, quote, a little scary. Really? Well, what should be a little more than just scary for GM, much less the American people, is that however smart Dees may be, he has literally no private sector experience. Our staff did not check in to see. I don't know. He may have worked at a Gap at one point, but beyond that, I don't know. He is not formally trained in economics or business, and according to the New York Times, he, quote, never spent much time flipping through those endless studies about the nature of American and Japanese auto industries. Oh. In fact, until a few months ago, the closest he came to an automobile plant was sleeping in a GM parking lot where Pontiac G5s have been made since the plant's 1960s heyday. By the way, thanks to Dees' plan, there will no longer be a Pontiac. This is what one of those uniquely qualified geniuses, handpicked by President Obama, looks like. You feeling good about your investment in America? With only 1 out of 5 Americans supporting this ridiculous auto bailout in the first place, I wonder what kind of support there is for the inexperienced Brian Deese to tinker with the auto industry and change capitalism. Those are not my words. Those are the words of the New York Times. I'm not an economist, but like Dees, I am on leave from Yale University. So I guess that makes me uniquely qualified to take a guess at the number 0, which ironically is just a hair less than what GM stock is worth now.